Hello everyone, this is your host, your friend, your boy, Jet Black, the one and only, here with another exciting video. In this video, I'm going to be playing some AI Dungeon 2. Some AI Dungeon 2. I hope you guys are excited. I post AI Dungeon 2 videos every day, so make sure you smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. So I was paid $7 to do a 1-hour session of AI Dungeon 2 using the following scenario. So what I'm going to do is start up the 1 hour timer and then jump right into the adventure. Okay, so the timer has begun. You are a bounty hunter named Crossbones Vondu. Your trench coat acts as an interdimensional portal that you can use to summon any gun you can imagine. You have superhuman jumping ability, the ability to compress people into jars, and the ability to scan people in order to learn their secrets. You have just moved to a city where everyone is made of shapes, ghosts coexist among the living, monsters lurk in the shadows, and gateways to other realities are commonplace. You are on your way to the bounty office to receive your next mission. Then the AI added, your target is a wizard who was wanted for fraudulent healing, illegal curses, and bookmaking. He was last seen at the Cracked Crown Tavern. You walk into the bounty office where you meet up with your partner, Jane Rodden. By the way, shout out to King of Craxels on Discord. He's the one who paid me $7 to do this adventure. Now, without further ado, let's start it off by saying to Jane Rodden. So, you're my new partner? Let's see. You look Jane Rodden up and down and try to judge her abilities based on first glance. So essentially, since I didn't make up the Jane Rodden thing, the AI did, I'm going to assume that like Jane Rodden is someone that I don't know, I'm just now meeting them, and then we can kind of build up, a rapport, I guess, over the course of the adventure. You realize that you don't have any data on her, so you're just wildly guessing. Jane Rodden is short and muscular. She has short brown hair, green eyes, and a kind of pretty face. Let's see. I guess I should scan her. So I'm going to attempt to scan Jane Rodden, since that's one of my powers. Let's see what all I can learn about her. You attempt to scan her. Your mental defenses prevent you from learning anything about her. My mental defenses. It sounds like her mental defenses. She does not know your secrets, and you do not know hers. So that's Jane Rodden, you think to yourself. I mean, that didn't tell you anything. So I'm going to change it from your mental defenses to her mental defenses. So she can actually stop my scanning ability, which is interesting. I'm going to ask Jane Rodden, what are your powers? For some reason, I can't use my abilities to scan you. Yeah, so let's see if we can learn more information about Jane Rodden. I should have tried to immediately scan her to begin with. Who says any of this? It's my understanding that I'm simply very confident and self-centered. It's also my understanding... Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, what? Hold on, let me retry. Because I can't tell if she said literally all of those lines or what. Okay, I like this one. Because they kind of show who's talking. That's because I'm an old pro, Jane says with a wink. I have no idea what that means, but since you're my new partner, I should inform you of my abilities. You explain your abilities, and she responds. Okay, cool. I think it's interesting. She kind of talks with like a little bit of like a dialect. She doesn't say, she goes, that's cuz, kind of thing. But she also refers to herself as an old pro. She kind of sounds like the kind of character who's like a little bit older, but like trying to be like hip with the kids. Let's see. So what would be a nice voice for that? It should probably be like a higher female voice, but maybe put a little age on it, but then also try and make it be like, whoa, in a way. So this is just kind of like a generic, kind of female-y voice, but then you add a little bit of age to it. You know, it's a little bit deeper, but still light. But then you kind of try to add a little bit of coolness. But I don't know if that still sounds feminine or not. I guess it sounds good enough. So let me try this voice. Alright, sounds good to me, partner. We should head out to the Cracked Crown. It's a wizard bar, so there will probably be a lot of mages there. Okay, ballin'. I'm going to nod my head in agreement and ask Jane if she has any abilities that would allow you to teleport to the Cracked Crown. Yeah. I want to know what Jane Rodden can do, which I still don't entirely understand. She can apparently resist my scanning ability. Mage, she says as she pulls out a cylindrical metal object and flicks it. A portal opens up, revealing what looks to be an office. The interior of the office is very messy and covered with papers. I'm going to try to scan the cylindrical metal object that Jane pulled out. Maybe that's the source of her power. You realize that this is some sort of portal device. It seems to be made out of lead and contains a small amount of uranium. You take a deep breath. Interesting. Let's see. You say to Jane, is this portal a gateway to the offices of the Cracked Crown? When you open the portal, I kind of assumed that you would have opened it to the interior of the bar and not to the offices of the bar. Well, I mean, I guess it's weird to say the interior of the bar, but I guess to the main lobby of the tavern and not to the administrative offices of the tavern. Jane sighs and lets out an exasperated groan. It said groans with an S. Why is it plural? Let's see. Very funny, partner. I'll give you that one. Jane walks into the portal and you follow closely behind. You find yourself in a messy office. You hear a strange voice say, oh great. Hearing a voice is probably not a good sign. Because it either means that, like, we've been immediately caught. Yeah, who the hell are you? You turn around and see a man with long blonde hair and a full beard. You also notice that he's not wearing any pants. He is holding a crossbow. I'm going to say to Jane Rodden, it looks like we might be interrupting something. I'm going to attempt to scan the man with the crossbow. Yeah, if he's not wearing any pants and he's holding a crossbow, and we're in an office to a tavern, people might have been trying to get down in this tavern office. You scan the man with the crossbow and learn that his name is Ricketts. Ricketts works as a clerk for the Cracked Crown Tavern. He's a skilled archer and has a crush on one of the bar maidens. You there! Who are you? Okay. I'm going to say to Ricketts, Calm down, my man. We're just here looking for someone. If you help us, I'll help you get with that bar maiden you like so much. Ricketts lowers his crossbow and thinks about your offer. I'm listening. First, we need to know if a wizard came in here last night. He would have gone by the name of Franklin's. He's wanted for fraud and illegal curses. Was that his name? I actually didn't remember his name. Oh, they actually didn't tell us his name until just now. So now we know his name is Franklin's. Franklin's the fraudulent wizard. I wonder what is a word that means wizard that starts with F. Like if I could have gone for like a full 3F alliteration thing. I'd never let a criminal in here, Rickett responds. So you haven't seen him? No. Are you sure? Unless he came in while I was sleeping, then no. Let's see. I'm going to ask Ricketts if he has access to any security camera footage that could prove that Franklin's wasn't there. Yeah. Because I feel like I can't just take your word for it, Ricketts. Need more info. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the tavern security cameras are all hooked up to my phone. I can access the footage from yesterday and check to see if he was here. Ricketts takes out his cell phone and begins to flip through the security camera footage. Okay, I'm just going to hit enter. I'm just going to chill and wait. I mean, I guess I could have tried to scan the, footage. That actually would probably have been better. Because Ricketts could lie. That's odd, Ricketts says. The footage from yesterday is gone. Gone? Ricketts nods his head. Yeah, the file was deleted. Do you think it was Franklin's? He could have paid someone to hack in and delete the footage. I'm going to say, deleting files from computers and other devices is actually more complicated than a lot of people think. Even if he did delete the footage from your phone, it is likely still stored in memory until the files are overwritten. Let me try to use my scanning ability on your phone in order to check the file registry to see if the footage data has been overwritten. If it hasn't, then we should be able to restore the footage and analyze it. Ricketts looks a little hesitant, but he hands you his phone. You put the phone up to your eye and begin to analyze the memory usage of the device. Unfortunately, it appears as if Ricketts has closed all of his applications. You don't even see a folder for, and then it seems kind of cut out. It doesn't matter if he has any applications open and it's not just going to be chilling in a folder. I'm checking the file registry. Just hit enter and just see what happens. I got rid of that part where it was trying to act like the applications being closed was relevant kind of thing. It's not for what I'm trying to do. Well, Ricketts asks. It's interesting. It would appear that the footage has in fact been deleted, but the directory that the files were stored in haven't been overridden yet. We should be able to recover it. Okay? So I am going to attempt to run a program to recover and restore the deleted security camera footage. You unlock Ricketts' phone and begin to run the program. After a few seconds, the phone vibrates as the recovery program finishes. Okay, we're in. There's a hell of a lot of data here. Most of it just internet browsing history and pictures. Let's see. You realize that you restored more deleted data than you intended. You ignore the internet browsing history and pictures and focus on the security camera footage from last night. You use your scanning ability to analyze the security camera footage. You skim through the footage and find a section on the camera that points at the tavern's exterior door. It shows Franklin's approaching the door. Ah, found it. This is the footage we need. You begin to play the video from last night. Okay, sweet. So far, so good. Ricketts has been a good amount of help so far. I don't know exactly how I'm going to help him get with the bar maiden, though. You see Franklin's approach the tavern and open the door. He looks visibly shocked when he is blasted in the chest with a blast of water. You fast forward through the footage to see if you can spot who did it. That could be interesting. A hydromancer? Waterbending head ass? All you can make out is that it's a man, and he runs from the scene after attacking Franklin's. There he is, you say, pointing at the screen. I can't see anything, Ricketts complains. I'm going to point at the man who shot the water blast and ask Ricketts if he knows who the man is. Well, actually, nah. No, there's no reason for me to do that. I mean, there is a reason for me to do that, but I need to figure out where Franklin's went. You know, if that man shot Franklin's and then ran away, that doesn't really tell us much of anything about Franklin's whereabouts, because we're not looking for the person who shot Franklin's. We're looking for Franklin's, yeah. So I'm going to keep looking at the footage to see what happens to Franklin after he was shot by the water blast. The guy who shot him is probably like someone of interest that we might want to talk to. But, I mean, this is what I want to see. You keep playing the video and see Franklin's look down at his chest where the blast hit him. His eyes are wide, but he doesn't seem to be in pain. He looks back up and stares directly into the camera for a few moments before collapsing. You continue watching the footage to try and see if Franklin ever gets up or is taken away. If he doesn't get up and isn't taken away, then that would mean that he is likely still outside of the tavern. Yeah. If so, it'll be pretty easy to bag him. Yeah. It's interesting that it said it seems like he doesn't seem to be in pain, but it does seem like he, at the very least, passed out. You continue watching the footage, but you never see Franklin again. He's gone. You say out loud. Gone? You mean he's dead? Ricketts asks, equally confused and afraid. No, I mean he literally disappeared. Look. You aren't sure what happened to Franklin. And you think the water blast could have been a spell. Like, could have been like a transportation spell. You think you need to follow the lead of the hydromancer shown in the video and interrogate him. You scan the footage of the hydromancer to try and see if you can collect data on him from the video. Because that would be kind of cool. It's one thing to be able to scan a person and learn about them, and it's another thing to be able to scan a video of a person and then learn about them. You focus on the man's face, but you only get a blurry image. You try and enhance the image, but it begins to pixelate and break up. Okay, so I have no way of actually just scanning the footage, it seems like. The image may be too blurry, I guess, for my power to work, if it is like a visual-based thing. And I doubt I could ask anybody, like, do you recognize this man's face? I'm going to ask Ricketts if he knows any hydromancers that regularly frequent the tavern. Yeah, this is like an interesting investigation so far. Not that I know of, Ricketts says, shaking his head. Dang. Okay. I'm going to go ask the barmaidens if they saw what happened last night. I'll make sure to put in a good word for you, Ricketts, to try and up your chances of getting with the barmaid that you like. Yep, and that's pretty much the most that I could do, like, to help him in the first place. Thanks, partner, Ricketts says gratefully. You get up from the chair you were sitting in and head over to the barmaids. Hey, ladies. The barmaids look over at you and start giggling. I'm going to ask the barmaids if they saw a hydromancer at the tavern last night. So far, so good. One of the barmaids, a head barmaid who is in her mid-30s and whom you remember being there when you first came to the tavern, answers you. We don't have any dealings with your kind here. Be gone. Okay? So I'm going to scan the head barmaid using my ability. And by scan, I mean I'm going to attempt to scan the head barmaid using my ability. So this is interesting. I didn't expect her to have such a against me like setup. You try and scan her mind to see if you can find out anything that might help you find Franklin's killer. You look through the memories and see her arguing with a man after he paid her a bunch of money. Oh, I can actually like see her memories. I would rather say Franklin's attacker because I don't really know if Franklin's dead. He kind of disappeared, so I think it's inconclusive whether or not he died. You continue looking at her memories to see if the man who paid her was the hydromancer. Yeah, what if he bribed her to not say anything about what happened? That makes sense. You see the man enter the tavern and immediately begin talking with her. Look, I'm sorry. I've been drinking here all weekend. Did you get a new barmaid? You see an image of a young girl who looks to be around 16 populate her memory. Okay. Where's this about to go? Yeah, like, weird. I'm looking into, like, her flashback thing. You look at it carefully, trying to glean any information you can. Yes. Well, I'm trying to figure out what I did for the head barmaid's voice. Yes, her name is Jane. She just got dragged in here by one of the miners. I had to make an example out of him. Ah, I see. Okay. You skip past the man being interested in the young barmaid and try to focus on her memory. I guess on her other memories of the man. You want to know if the head barmaid saw the hydromancer attack Franklin. So you specifically scan her memories for that moment. So that's what we're going to try and figure out. You see an image of the You see an image of the head barmaid walking over to the table with Franklin on it. Then you see the hydromancer appear, and then nothing. You sit there concentrating on her memories for what feels like an eternity, but nothing new ever appears. You are shocked at what you saw. Apparently, Franklin, after disappearing, did enter the bar with the hydromancer, who also re-entered the bar. You think that the hydromancer must be able to use water in order to teleport, and that he set up the fight outside to throw anyone looking at the camera footage off of his trail. He also apparently has the ability to use his water to erase memories and to erase files. That would explain the deleted camera footage and the head barmaid's memory gap. You explain your findings to your partner. Yeah, because this is kind of fascinating. This guy seems like he's pretty powerful. He might have rubbed Franklin the wrong way. We need to track... I'm trying to figure out how to do Jane's voice again. We need to track down the hydromancer and kill him. We can't let him continue to roam free, Jane says. Meanwhile, the barmaids at the bar are freaking out a bit as they believe that you guys are going to come and take them. You reassure the barmaids that you're not here to take them. You realize that the situation has escalated. based on what you saw in the head barmaid's memories, and what you saw on the camera footage, the hydromancer and Franklin are likely both still in the tavern. You think that the young barmaid named Jane, that the hydromancer was interested in, likely knows where the hydromancer is. You now need to kill both the hydromancer and Franklin due to how dangerous the hydromancer is. You look around for the young barmaid so that you can scan her. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure she'll know where they're hiding. Because when you look back at the security camera footage, you never see the hydromancer and Franklin leave. You look around the tavern and realize that the last place you saw her was when she was dragged out from under a table by a miner. Oh, that's just something that happened earlier. Like, I don't really like it when you retcon stuff that, like, I would have obviously taken note of at the time. So I'm going to retry that. After a few minutes, you spot her. She's crying while talking to the head barmaid. You scan her and learn that she's depressed and suicidal. Okay. I'm going to continue to scan her to try and see if she knows where the hydromancer is hiding. Now, technically, the hydromancer, if he can, teleport using water, he may not be here. Like, he may have left. You scan her further and see that the hydromancer hasn't left the building. You also see that he's trapped in the basement below the tavern and is quite mad. "She," the hydromancer says as you see him in a small, dirty room with water dripping from the ceiling. Okay, interesting. If the hydromancer is inside the basement, Franklin's likely there too. Okay, so I'm going to tell my partner that the hydromancer is hiding in the basement and that Franklin is likely with him. You agree with your partner that both of them need to die, but you also think that you need to be cautious fighting them. Franklin is a trickster. Yeah, he's like a trickster wizard. And the hydromancer can erase memories and teleport. You think you need to come up with a plan in order to take them both down. Let's see. If I can summon any gun I can imagine from my trench coat, then I might be able to summon a gun that can stop them. You look at the bar to see what you have to work with. You see several bottles of alcohol that could be used as fuel for a fire or bombs. You see a large stash of money in the register. You also think you saw a shotgun in a glass case below the register. I don't know. I don't really see what I would do with the alcohol. Because I could try to burn it down, but you don't think that'd be... Yeah, I don't think that'd be useful. You don't think the alcohol would be useful. Even if you tried to burn down the tavern in order to take down Franklin and the hydromancer, The hydromancer could likely just put the fire out. Let's see. You aren't a thief, so you aren't planning on stealing the money from the register. And you don't know how that would help anyways. You can summon any gun you imagine. So you don't care that there is a shotgun at the bar. You attempt to summon a gun from your trench coat that can find and shoot anyone from a distance by phasing its bullets through objects and tracking people based on the shooter's intent. Which, to be honest, just sounds like a gun that I could have made at the beginning and probably just, solved everything right then and there. You summon a gun that fires bullets that can pass through most objects and still hurt whatever is on the other side. You go over to Jane and hand her the gun. "What's this?" she asked. "A gun that can shoot through most objects. It should help us." I'm going to say to my partner, focus on trying to shoot the hydromancer and Franklin. Then shoot straight down. The bullets should phase into the basement and then track both Franklin and the hydromancer. Make sure to shoot twice. That way, there's a bullet for both of them. You'll likely only have one shot at this. If you fail, the hydromancer will likely teleport away with Franklin. Okay. So I do think this is a somewhat risky move. You tell your plan to your partner, and she calls it wise. She says that you should go into the basement first and try to kill Franklin before she opens fire. This way, you'll have a bigger chance of success. You nod in agreement, and you both enter the tavern slowly. We're already in the tavern. Let's see. And you enter the basement slowly. Okay. I'm going to look around from the top of the basement stairs to see if I can spot Franklin and the hydromancer. I'm going to stick to the shadows to try and avoid being spotted. Let's see. You enter the basement trying not to make too much noise. There are a few windows that let in a faint amount of light, but they offer you very little vision due to them being grimy. You slowly walk forward, your hand ready to go for your gun. I'm going to try to scan the dark room using my ability to see if I can see Franklin and the hydromancer in the dark. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can use my scanning ability almost like a night vision kind of thing. I think that'd be pretty interesting. So we got about 20 minutes left. You open up your third eye as you walk into the basement, squinting a bit at the bright colors you can see in the dark. You see two large humanoid shapes covered in both a watery blue and a watery red. You assume these are the two men powers. Okay, I think I understand what it means. You assume that these are the auras of your targets. Okay, works for me. I'm going to attempt to quickly draw my pistol and shoot down, the target with the blue watery aura. You want to take down the hydromancer so that he can't teleport away. He's my main focus. Because if we just have Franklin here, I don't really think Franklin can really do much to get away. You draw your pistol as quickly as you can, pointing it at the blue figure and firing. Your bullet flies through the air at an incredible speed, but so does the water in the figure's body as they quickly turn invisible to your eyes. Shit, I'm gonna yell to my partner. Do it now. Because there's just him being able to turn invisible is actually really interesting. His water magic lets him do so many things. You hear your partner fire a gun, and 2 gunshots are heard. You look at the Franklin's corpse, dead. However, there's no sign of the hydromancer or your partner, which concerns you greatly. Shit. It's interesting to be you look at Franklin's corpse, dead. Is you already confirmed that he's dead when you say it's his corpse, but whatever. So how the fuck am I gonna find my partner now? You aren't sure how you'll be able to find the hydromancer. The hydromancer can apparently cloak his aura using water magic. And since he can teleport, he could literally be anywhere with your partner. Let's see. I guess I could try that. I'm going to attempt to track my partner's phone in order to find out where the hydromancer took her. That might be my best bet. You open up the tracking program on Ricketts' phone. I mean, it wouldn't be on Ricketts' phone, it would be on my phone. You see that it's still at the bar. You sigh in relief, glad to see that all this worrying might have been for nothing. Your partner must have escaped before the teleportation. I don't know about that. I'm gonna get rid of the your partner must have escaped thing. I'll keep the you sigh in relief, but I'm gonna be more glad to see that your partner and likely the hydromancer are still somewhere in the bar. And then instead of using the tracking program on Ricketts' phone, the tracking program on my phone. Okay, now here's the sitch. You realize that the hydromancer and your partner might just be invisible. The hydromancer... Oh, hold on. Suddenly, your mind starts to piece together everything. You realize that the hydromancer likely can't teleport. Yeah, that actually makes too much sense. Water has interesting reflective properties. And it actually makes more sense that whenever you thought someone disappeared due to being teleported, that they actually were just being turned invisible due to an aura of reflective water droplets being summoned around them. That actually would explain why the hydromancer was seen running in the camera footage rather than teleporting. The hydromancer didn't run away and then teleport back into the tavern. They ran away, turned invisible, and then ran back. You attempt to summon a gun that can... Yeah, actually, this is kind of an interesting concept. You attempt to summon a heat gun that can evaporate magically generated moisture. You believe that this gun could be used to disable the hydromancer's invisibility. Hold on a second. I got confused by what it generated because it acted like it was like an RPG and you were like rolling dice or something. With your newfound knowledge, you realize there's another person in the room with you. You turn to shoot, but something goes horribly wrong. You try to fire your gun, but nothing happens. Your gun isn't there. In fact, you aren't where you're supposed to be. What? Okay, so I suddenly realize that I'm not alone. That like the hydromancer's still there. But now I'm not there. You realize that the hydromancer's water reflection technique likely can also be used to create illusions. You thought you had summoned a gun, but in actuality, you were holding a water construct. You thought you were still in the basement, but now the watery illusion makes it appear as if you were somewhere else. Let's see. I'm going to attempt to summon an evaporation gun to take out all of the excess moisture in the air in the hopes of breaking the hydromancer's illusion and dehydrating them. Okay, hopefully that works. You summon an evaporation gun, but before you can turn it on, you quickly find yourself surrounded by several people with guns of their own. The illusion breaks, and you find yourself staring down the barrels of several real, non-water guns. Drop the gun. You ask the men if they are members of the Hydromancer's posse. This is pretty fascinating. Who wants to know? One of the men asked cautiously. I'm going to say. So I imagine Franklin scammed your gang. So the Hydromancer roughed him up a bit. Franklin is dead, thanks to my partner and I. But now the Hydromancer is wanted as well. He's too powerful to leave alive. If you are allies of the Hydromancer, then we really have no beef with one another. I want your boss, not you guys. If you shoot at me, however, then we'll have beef. But just be warned. Revenge is a dish best served cold. Okay, so where's this gonna go? You see the man who was talking to you look at his friends. You can't quite make out what he's saying, but after a moment, the men begin to lower their guns. The man walks towards you, leaving his other friends behind. Okay? You scan the man who has approached you. You want to know if this man is the Hydromancer. While the man isn't very muscular, he isn't weak by any means. The man is tall and has brown hair and eyes. He looks to be in his early 30s. While you have no way of knowing for sure, it seems as if he might have military experience. You keep scanning the man, using your ability in an attempt to learn if he is the Hydromancer. If he's not, then it seems like he might be one of his enforcers. You learn that the man carries a reputation of someone you wouldn't want to mess with. You also learn that he has an obsession with finding and killing Franklin. You don't know why, but this interests you. Let's see. You ask the man if he is the Hydromancer. And I'm just going to come out and ask, just straight up. Yes, the man says, but his tone makes you believe there's more to it. There's more to it than that, you say, attempting to probe the man's mind further. I bet there is, the man says, stopping you from scanning him. Interesting. I'm going to open up my trench coat to a dimension of infinite guns and attempt to blast the hydromancer away in a barrage of fire and fury. You open up your trench coat, revealing your personal armory. You summon as many guns as you can, filling up the small bar. The amount of guns is enough to destroy several buildings. Oh my goodness. So it's not even that like I shot out a bunch of guns from my trench coat. It's just I like flooded the building with guns so much that it's like a maybe like a city block level attack because several buildings is like it was like taking them down. You yell, ammo avalanche. Do 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 do. Wah. Bam, 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 bam. The man quickly summoned a wall of water to block your bullets. He then quickly runs behind the counter and out of your view. You'll have to do better than that, you hear him yell. Okay, interesting. So, not only did I, like, summon so many guns that it was enough to destroy several buildings, I imagine, like, the back wall of the tavern's blown out. You can, like, see down the street. There's just a whole bunch of destruction. But I also did open fire. But I guess he was able to defend himself by, like, summoning a water wall and using the water wall to create a path to get behind the counter. I think I can still take him down. Let's see. I'm going to grab the strongest nearby gun out of the wave of guns and fire it at the counter. I still don't know where my partner is, but at this point, I'm just trying to take down the hydromancer. I only have like 3 minutes left. You grab up the gun and fire your most powerful wave of bullets at the counter. It stops the bullets, but you see the counter shaking a bit. I don't think so. You hear the man laugh. The wall of water that the man created quickly solidifies into ice. Okay. I'm going to attempt to summon a sonic gun to try and break apart the ice barrier with a high-pitch sound frequency. You hope that the ice shards that break off of the barrier will act as shrapnel. That's definitely not how you spell shrapnel. Shrapnel. Still no. I think there's like a C in there. Shrapnel. No. Shrapnel. Just no C's. Definitely no C's. We'll break off the barrier. Will act as shrapnel and take down the hydromancer. Okay, come on. We can goot him. Goot him up. Ooh, goot him up. Ooh, goot him up, goot him up, goot him up. You attempt to make a sonic gun, but create an oversized rifle. You don't have time to switch it for a more suitable gun, as the ice barrier is already beginning to crack. You take aim at the wall and fire. Incoming ice shards. Okay, so I'm going to duck under a wave of guns to avoid the ice shards and hope that the ice shards impaled and killed the hydromancer. I kind of like the idea that like I tried to summon a certain gun but I got the wrong gun. It kind of reminds me of Ben 10, how you would like try to turn into a specific alien but then turn into the wrong alien. The ice shards fly in your direction, causing you to duck. You feel the wave of ice shards pass on either side of you. As soon as it passes, you fire back at the shape that created the wave of ice shards. Won't work, the hydromancer taunts back. I have like 48 seconds. I'm going to try to race at the hydromancer and knock him out with the butt of my rifle. Okay. Yeah, like, let's just, like, end this now. Because I really don't have time to spare. Like, literally. Your rifle is heavier than you thought. You have trouble raising it to aim at the man. He sees you and runs out of your view again. I'm not done with you yet, you hear him yell. Dang it. 13 seconds left. Okay. I'm going to attempt to throw the rifle at the hydromancer's head. If it's a heavy-ass rifle, then maybe it'll knock him out. Come on. You throw your gun at him with full force. You attempt to will it to turn into a grenade, but you only get it to ricochet off of a wall and back to you. Wait, what the fuck? How would I will it to turn into a grenade? I wouldn't try to do that. Undo that. Damn, 0 seconds. So that was interesting for sure. What do you guys think of it? It was kind of like a fantasy mystery story. I think the Hydromancer becoming like the real enemy we have to fight was like an interesting idea. I like the concept that the Hydromancer was obsessed with wanting to like kill Franklin, but for whatever reason didn't kill Franklin before we came here. I like that the Hydromancer actively tries to like cover his tracks, erasing like security camera footage and people's memories and stuff like that, in order to try and make sure that he like can't get caught. Clearly, he has like the assistance of his posse. He has like his own special powers, and there's just like a lot that he's capable of. But what do you guys think of this fight? Definitely let me know in the comment section below, and on our Discord. Let me know how you think the story ended. Do you think the Hydromancer gets away? Do you think he defeats my character? Or do you think my character comes out on top in the end? What do you think happened to my partner? Do you think my partner died, especially after like the ammo avalanche thing? Or do you think my partner is still alive somewhere and maybe they're like the key to winning this battle? If you guys want to see your video idea become a reality, feel free to message me your video idea on Discord. If I like your idea, then I'll make your video a reality, but I'll charge you $7 per hour length of the video, minimum of $7 if you want a video that's less than an hour long. If you guys just want to help support the channel, feel free to donate to our Cash App. Link to the Cash App available in the description box below. And if you guys like AI Dungeon 2, make sure you smash that subscribe button because I do AI Dungeon 2 videos every day. Shout out to King of Craxels once again for paying $7 to make this video a reality. This is your host, your friend, your boy, Jump Like the One Only, logging out. Peace, guys. Check it out.